Well, I think it's time we address the Saiyan in the room. Hey guys, DB Rye here, and today I'm continuing with What if Broly landed at Capsule Corp? And it was kind of a fun story I came up with where, rather than landing on Planetoid Vampa, Broly's pod would, change course due to a malfunction and would land in the backyard of Dr. Briefs, who raised the boy as his own. And with this, Broly's personality has changed somewhat. He's not as timid, he's more confident. He does get into arguments and little bickers with his two sisters, especially Bulma. But all in all, they're essentially a happy family. You couldn't Broly couldn't be more lucky in this timeline, being raised by the richest people on planet Earth. And yeah. And with some of the ruffians that run around the city, Broly does get to use his fighting skills. And, well, just don't get him too mad because he will lose control like he does in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. Which, thanks to a sort of familiar looking device, in this case designed by Dr. Briefs, Broly's powers are mostly suppressed. Now, I'm not talking about the shock collar from Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. I'm talking about this design. It's more like the original thing he wore around his neck in the original Broly Legendary Super Saiyan movie. Except it's not mystical or magical in any way. It's just technology that responds to Broly's keys and Broly's key and traps it. And in terms of education, while being a member of the Briefs family, he's quite smart. He's very happy with helping his adopted father with fixing up cars and things like that. And thanks to them having access to Broly's space pod, their tech has really skyrocketed. Well, they're nearly ready for space travel themselves. They just needed that last little push, and thanks to Broly's space pod being there, they already have it. A good 30 years before Nappa and Vegeta's arrival. 30 years or so, I should say. And so, with that, and with Broly's personality being similar to his adopted sister's Bulma, well, we are now heading to the time where it's now time for them to gather Dragon Balls, and they meet Goku, which the first encounter pretty much turns out the same way, except without Bulma firing gunshots at Goku, Broly pretty much jumps out the car and pretty much incapacitates Goku by grabbing his tail. And the whole thing got Bulma and Broly curious, because after all, thanks to Jocko, they know what Saiyans are. Broly knows he's a Saiyan, and now they've encountered another one here in the middle of nowhere. Is there more on planet Earth? Well, perhaps Broly will now get some answers to certain questions that have been bothering the young man since he's grown up. And well, needless to say, he did not get any answers from Goku at all because, hit his head, forgot everything. In fact, Broly had to do the explaining. That he's apparently one of the Saiyans that are really bad people, conquered planets, hurt people, things like that. According to what Jocko told him anyway. Or Jocko told Broly anyway. And that, well, Broly was sort of thinking, maybe stomp this Saiyan in the ground, because he could be bad too. But it became clear that Goku knew nothing about his Saiyan heritage, and that he was, pretty much just as innocent as a child as you could find. And so, after finding Goku's Dragon Ball and convincing Goku to go along with him, the adventure of the whole Pilaf saga pretty much starts off different, but essentially the same. The biggest difference is, well, after they rescue Turtle and the Turtle introduces our trio to Master Roshi, things go very different and nearly badly for the old man in this case. Let's just say Broly did not take too kindly to Master Roshi's advances on Bulma. In fact, this is the closest to where, at this point in the story, where Broly loses control and essentially nearly destroys the old man. But Master Roshi, he doesn't have enough martial arts and experience to keep himself out of dodge for the most part. But when Broly does eventually get the better of him in the struggle, he is about to destroy the old man when Bulma basically just calms him down, luckily. And the device he wears around his neck finally decides to kick in and stop him. Well, by Joe, that's some power the boy's got. Yeah, it's thanks to his Saiyan heritage. Well, perhaps if you two young boys were to train under me, I could teach Broly how to control this power of yours. Of his. Very well. I'll hand over the Dragon Ball. But you must promise that when your quest is done, these two train with me. Master Roshi offering to train the two boys. And well, just luckily for Roshi, it was kind of a wake-up call that, yes, he's gonna have to really learn to behave himself around Bulma, and especially if Broly is around. And so, the boys, along with Bulma, pretty much continue their quest. Now, the whole thing with Yamcha and Oolong, it's pretty settled really quick with Broly added to the mix, with Yamcha pretty much switching sides almost immediately. You're not gonna mess with Broly. Yeah, Goku, yes, he has his weedish and grab his tail and incapacitate him, but there's no way Yamcha's gonna get past Broly, and he knows it. So Yamcha is playing along with him so he can get the Dragon Balls together and make his wish, much like he plans to in the original, except we didn't have all that ruckus prior that. You get the point. And well, essentially, then came the moment where they got a battle with Monster Carrot, which ends up with both Broly and Bulma touching Monster Carrot and turning into carrots, pretty much leaving it to Goku and Yamcha to pretty much rescue the both of them, much like in the original where they rescued Bulma. And well, it was kind of a bit harder. Goku took a bit more of a beating from the mobster gang, considering that, Pua could only grab one carrot, and Oolong, being the coward he is, took his sweet time before he would transform himself and grab the other. But in the end, Monster Carrot met the same fate, and they essentially defeat him. Bulma and Broly are changed back, and well, they are on their merry way when they suddenly get attacked by Shao and have their Dragon Ball stolen by the Pilaf gang. And yeah, luckily Goku still had his Dragon Ball on him, and they didn't get their hands on that, and they were able to use the Dragon Ball radar to track the rest of them down, where basically Broly's just smashing his way through the castle, looking for everything. When Pilaf tries his whole giant marble Indiana Jones boulder-like trap of his, at least in the in the anime that happened. I know in the manga that doesn't happen. Broly just pretty much smashes the thing to pieces right then and there, and pretty much he and Goku pretty much subdue the Pilaf gang, grab the Dragon Ball, summon the dragon, and make their wish. Now, what's the wish? Well, there is a reason Goku agreed to go with them with the Dragon Balls this time. To bring back Grandpa Gohan. Once Broly made things clear that it was Goku that actually stomped his grandpa, yes, he pretty much revealed that fact when he told them they transformed the great apes at the full moon. So Goku actually caught on this time and realized it was him that killed his grandpa. And so he agreed to come along with them, not only just to train with Broly and get stronger, but also bring back his grandpa, which everyone agrees that would be the wish, and the wish is indeed granted. Grandpa Gohan is brought back to life, and yeah, the dragon splits off. Now the Pilaf gang finally come to and try to get their revenge on our heroes, except when the dragon disappears and the skies clear up again, there's the full moon, and Goku transforms into a great ape right then and there. After all, Goku was staring at the exact spot where the dragon stood, and now that the dragon's gone, there's the full moon. Goku transforms into a great ape, and much like he does in the original, he scares off the Pilaf gang and completely destroys Pilaf's castle. Much like he does. Now, once Goku turned his attention to his friends and began to attack, pretty much Broly was able to pretty much gut punch the great ape and incapacitate him for the whole night. So, Goku would wake up the next day, wondering why his gut is in a fair bit of pain, and to his tail removed, and then basically our dragon team would go their separate ways, and Goku who'd be flying back to Grandpa Gohan, Broly who's already flying and making his way to well, no, Broly would actually go with Goku, because yeah, Bulma hands Goku the Dragon Radar, true. So Broly would have to go with him. After all, Goku is going to want to get back Grandpa's 4-star ball and return it to him. And, yeah. And, well, Goku figures, with Broly around, he'll be able to get more training done. And besides, they both got to go to Master Roshi's island anyway. Oh. And, oh yeah, I did skip that, didn't I? I skipped the whole Ox King ordeal. Well, that much went like in the original, with Goku meeting Chi-Chi and bringing Master Roshi there to put out the flames. But Chi-Chi is more smitten with Broly at this point than Goku. Anyways, I think that's where we're going to leave things anyway. And as always, I'll see you guys again next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll be back next time. Catch you later.